What's up, everyone? It is Brent from BC Dubs bringing you folks another hopefully watchable video. It's been a while, man. I mean, it's been about 5 weeks since I posted a video here on this platform, a full-length video about music. You guys know I like to do vinyl record pickups and things like that. But I just haven't had a chance to get to the record store, man. No excuses, just haven't had an opportunity. But was able to get there about 2 weeks ago, and then again last week to pick up a couple of records. So I've got 4 new record pickups that I want to bring you folks in this video. I got an update on a vinyl discography that I've been working on for a long time. And also, I just posted a bunch of shorts on my channel. When me and Camden kind of went on a staycation, kind of Florida on the tank pool. We went up to Apalachicola and drove along US Scenic Highway 98 and had a great time. We left yesterday and got back today. So if you're looking for something to watch, go check those out. But without further ado, if you like vinyl record music videos or music videos in general, please feel free to smash that like button. It helps to push this video in front of more people. And feel free to subscribe to the channel so I can continue to bring you folks videos like this one. So let's get right into it. In the background, as always, we are listening to today Mastodon Leviathan, just a great hard rock heavy metal record. And also I have my 2 records in the window. First one to guess properly what those records are, I will pin your comment up top in the comment section. So like I said, without further ado, let's get into the new pickups that I picked up this past couple of 2 or 3 weeks and talk about those for a minute. First on the list, and this is an interesting album. This is Atomic Rooster. I'm going to take this out of the plastic so I don't get the glare on there. This is Atomic Rooster. Something behind you, Death Walks Behind You, I believe is the name of the record. I'm sorry, I can't really read it on the spine there. But this is a killer album, actually. This is British progressive hard rock in the early days of the British progressive hard rock. I've been listening to this quite a bit lately, and just to give some background on Atomic Rooster, got kind of a varied history here. There's no original members left of the band. A lot of infighting in the band. A lot of members came and a lot of members went. A lot of famous people from famous bands or in the record community were also in this band. Atomic Rooster was a British hard rock band. They're best known for the progressive hard rock sound. That's what I wrote down here. They had 2 songs that charted on UK, one at number 11 and one at number 4. The top songs, Tomorrow Night, which is on this album here, charted at number 11 in the UK, and Devil's Answer was charted at number 4, which is not on this album here. By the way, I do want to show you. This album is on, well, you can tell it's been a while. I'm a little rusty. This album is on Elektra. You can see the E right there. It's on Elektra Records, which is the American subsidiary of whatever record label they were on over in the UK. I can't quite remember what record label that was. And I didn't bother in my research to write that down. Let me just get this back in here and we'll get back to talking about Atomic Rooster a little bit. The first live gig was in London at Lycum, and they opened for Deep Purple in 1969, which I thought was a cool little tidbit to add in here. A couple of important members that have been part of this band to note are Carl Palmer of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, played drums on the record I just showed you guys, and Paul Hammond from the band Farm. And any avid record collector should know about the band Farm. If you can come across a clean copy of that album, Farm, it goes for gobs of money, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. So it's a very hard record to get a hold of. But Paul Hammond from Farm is also on that record. It's just really love the album art. It's a rooster, you know, with jets on it. It's pretty cool. Progressive hard rock. It starts to get a little chunky. Just a really good album. I mean, I listened to both sides of the record. Didn't really hear a bad song on there. Played it till the needle hit the paper and spun it over, played it till the needle hit the paper, and Yeah, just a good album. So Atomic Rooster, if you haven't heard them, go check them out. Next up, what we have is a band called FM. This is Black Noise. This is a 1978 release. Here's the back of it. This, side note, this isn't the original album cover. So funny thing is, they signed with some little chintzy label, and when they first made this album, and they said they were going to distribute the album. Well, they only made 500 copies, and the original album cover was white and had a mandolin on it. And this is obviously a reissue to the bigger label. But yeah, I'm sure if you can get your hands on a copy of that original white with the mandolin on it, they only have 500 copies. I'm sure that'll probably fetch a pretty penny. But this is FM Black Noise. Nothing too crazy about this band except for the fact that there's no guitars in their music. They're a Canadian progressive hard rock, or not hard rock, Canadian progressive rock band. Kind of space rock, I would say. If I had to lump them into a category, I'd say more space rock, a lot of synthesizer. I mean, look at the time. This album came out in 1978, so, you know, disco was big. Not that this is disco. It's more on the rock side, but this has a lot of those influences in it. As a matter of fact, they had a member leave the band, one of the founding members, because they eventually got a drummer when they recorded this album, and he said it was too mainstream for them to have a drummer. So I guess they really were trying to be, in their beginning, an experimental band. A lot of electric violin, a lot of electric mandolin, a lot of synth on there. Just a strange, odd album, but a good album nonetheless. But yeah, man, if you haven't heard it, check it out. This is FM Black Noise. It's just a different listen. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. That's why I bought it. It's pretty good. I like to have a little bit of different stuff, especially all things spanning the rock community. Heavy metal, hard rock, progressive rock, space rock, krautrock, southern rock, classic rock. I like to have a little bit of hair metal, which we'll get to here in just a minute. Matter of fact, coming up next, I'm going to show you guys an awesome find that I have. Hair metal. I like to get a little bit of everything. The only thing I don't really have in my music, vinyl music collection is any like black metal or death metal. Really not my cup of tea, so I don't really need to buy any of that. Next up, everybody should know this band. This is Cinderella, one of the best hair metal albums of all time. Night Songs, just a killer rock and roll record. A lot heavier than people give them credit for. Cinderella, they were true sense metal when it came to hair metal. They were on that fringe of being real, just metal. And just a great record. And this is a great copy of this record. Everybody can see it here. It's a very clean copy. Got a little bit of ding. Little ding right there. Looks like somebody tried to shove it in their record holder there and kind of dinged it up. The spine is in really good condition. There's no real ring wear on the album to speak of. Does not have the original inner sleeve, which is annoying considering I paid $40, I believe it was, for this particular copy. But the record itself is just, I mean, it's clean. I mean, clean. Kind of makes you wonder where the original inner sleeve was. I think a lot of the times back, the original owners of these records, they would pull those inner sleeves out and, you know, stick them up on their walls with thumbtacks like posters, and a lot of that stuff, you know, got lost through the time. But really happy to have this in my collection with my other hair metal band collection. Like I have Crotus, and I have, you know, some Motley Crue. I have Poison. I have just a bunch of different. Bronze was a band that you guys have seen on my channel. Whitesnake. I have Whitesnake. But Cinderella and Poison and the Motley Crue, I think, are the creme de la creme of the hair metal bands. I don't want to leave out Dokken or Rat. I have a Rat record out of the cellar that you guys have seen. But yeah, this is just a killer record. If you're like me, or, you know, and you're like, oh man, I don't like hair metal, I only like heavy metal. I understand that. But give Cinderella a listen. I think you'll really enjoy it. I mean, they're really on that line of just being pure metal, less than hair metal. I know the guys don't look the part, but they are. The guitar work's heavy metal-esque. So Cinderella Night Songs, was glad to be able to find that and put that in my collection. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to dig this one out and get it out of its order, and then I'll put it back in its order for the purposes of the video. If I can find the daggone thing. Hold on, bear with me. Let's see if I can't find it here. Sorry, man, it's been a crazy week. I'm kind of out of my groove and talking about vinyl records right now. Okay, here we go. And we'll leave that up. So this is, I told you guys I'd bring you guys an update on the discography, the vinyl discography at the beginning of this video. This is Blue Oyster Cult, Cultosaurus erectus. Some really cool album art. One thing about Blue Oyster Cult is they always had cool album art. This is another one that I was able to add to the collection. And the long list of Blue Oyster Cult albums that I promised my fans and viewers about a year ago that I would complete their vinyl discography. And we're getting there. We're getting there. We have their very first record, their original press, Blue Oyster Cult, Blue Oyster Cult. We have that one. We have their second album, which is Tyranny and Mutation, right there, original press. We have the Blue Oyster Cult, the third album, Secret Treaties, which is an original press. We have their first live album, 75, Off Your Feet, or on your, Off Your Feet and on your, or no, Off Your Knees and On Your Feet, the first live album. We have my favorite one of all, which I'll never open. This is a sealed copy. You can see the sheen on it there. It's a sealed copy of Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. This, of course, has Don't Fear the Reaper and all that on there. Then we have Blue Oyster Cult Spectrus with Go Go Godzilla on there. We have that one. Next up in their line is Blue Oyster Cult Some Enchanted Evening, a live album. We have that. Then we have 1980s Cultosaurus erectus. Then we have, I think, 81 or 82's Blue Oyster Cult, The Revolution by Night. And then, last but not least, we have Blue Oyster Cult's 1985 release, Club Ninja. Mirrors is one that I need to get. Have about 4 or 5 more to go. How many does that give us here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I got about 7 more of their full-length studio albums. I told you I'm not counting their live albums as a part of the discography to get, and we can close the book on the Blue Oyster Cult discography. And I'm going to make daggum sure that the next time, I promise you folks, that I'm going to do a discography, it's going to be a band that I really, really enjoy. Not that I dislike Blue Oyster Cult, they're just not my favorite band. They're just kind of all over the place for me. They never had a consistent sound, which is okay, I guess. But that's it for now. Tonight in Lakeland, Florida at 6 o'clock, I think 5 or 6 o'clock. There's a record show going to be in Lakeland tonight down at Lake Merritt at the auditorium. There's going to be 25 vendors there. Look forward to seeing some of you folks there. I'm going to try to get out there for a little bit, see what I can get my hands on, see what I can find. I'm really looking for that Metallica deluxe box set for a reasonable price. I think I mentioned on my channel before, everywhere I've looked online is like $1,100. I'm not paying that for that. It's only worth like $350 to $400. If I can find one, if anybody knows where I can get one for around the $400 to $500 range, that is the Master of Puppets deluxe box set by Metallica. I would love to know. Leave in the comments, please, and maybe we can work out some trade or some trade in cash or some cash for a copy of that. I have the Ride the Lightning, the Black Album, and Injustice for All, the Ultimate Deluxe box sets. I need Kill 'Em All and I need Master of Puppets. Kill 'Em All is not a problem for me to get. I can get that online for, I think, $200, $250, something like that. Fairly reasonable. The Master of Puppets one, for whatever reason, seems a bit out of reach for me. I'm not paying $1,100 for a vinyl box set. Metallica's got enough money as it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this is a short video. Like I said, go back and check the shorts and the feeds from me and Camden's father and son road trip. We really had a great time. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.